Hi everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. I'll be presenting today on Microsoft Teams. So firstly, the objectives of this presentation. In this presentation, we will cover what Microsoft Teams is, how it compares to other video calling applications, how to use Teams to host meetings, and also review all the meeting options available on Teams. So firstly, what is Microsoft Teams? Teams is a messaging and video calling application by Microsoft. Users can use the application through their Microsoft account. Much like Zoom and Google Meet, Teams allows you to host and video calls and use features like screen sharing and virtual backgrounds. Now you might be wondering, what are some pros of using Teams? Firstly, the integration of all Microsoft tools. You can make a video or audio call, work on files without leaving a chat. As well, calls you can host up to 100 participants, which is quite a large number. Also, features like screen sharing, in-meeting chat, and virtual backgrounds make the meetings even more interactive. Another point is that you can create teams that you meet with regularly, so you don't have to continually add people to new calls or chats. So this is very good for convenience. Also, there is a free plan available. Now, what are the cons of Teams? There are many built-in features and integrations of all other Outlook tools, which can make using Teams very confusing, and it may be even more confusing than what it's actually worth. There is also a 60-minute time limit for meetings on free accounts, which is very time restricting. Another thing is that it is built mainly for business purpose, so it is not targeted as casual use. So again, it will not be as easy to use as things such as Zoom or Google Meet. Also, you need to have an Office 365 account to use Teams to its full potential, but it is available to those with free Microsoft or Outlook accounts. So what are some other similar video calling applications? Other apps offer very similar experiences with video calling services as Teams does. Things like screen sharing and large group video call capabilities are present in both Google Meet and Zoom as well. Now, how to actually create a Microsoft account. The first step to using Microsoft Teams is having a Microsoft account. If you have an Outlook or Hotmail email that you already use, then you already have an account and you do not need to create one. But if you don't, this account can be created using your existing email address. You do not need an Outlook.com or Hotmail.com email address to create an account. So you will make sure to just sign in using the one that you already have at account.microsoft.com. Then, once you are at the website, you can click on Create a Microsoft Account, which is right next to the blue Sign In button, which can be seen in the screenshot below. The next step is to type in your existing email address, or use a phone number, or you can get a new email address. All of these options are lined up in the screenshot on the screen, and you can see where you can type in with the red box, or you can use your phone number if you click on the button below, or you can get a new email address below that. And once you have selected and filled out one of those options, you can simply click on the Next button. The next step is to create a password and always remember to write it down somewhere safe so that you don't forget it. The process of creating the password is outlined on the screen. The first step is to type it into the bar where it says create password, and you can even click on the show password button if you want to be sure what you typed in, and then you would just click on next. From there, you will need to enter your region as well as your birth date, just so that they can collect the information needed for the account. You would put these two pieces of information into the drop-down menus as you can see on the screen with steps 1 and 2. You will then receive a confirmation code in your email inbox, and you must put it into the website in order to verify your account. Then you must accept the privacy and terms of your account by clicking on this checkbox here, and then you will have your Microsoft account ready. Just click on Next to finalize the process. Now your Microsoft account has been created. You can now use Microsoft Teams to schedule video calls, chat, and collaborate online. In order to do this, you want to go to teams.microsoft.com, or you can search for the app in your search engine or device app store in order to download it, because Teams is available across devices, on computers, phones, and also on the website. Next, downloading Teams. Firstly, you always want to make sure that you are downloading the right application. On your phone or tablet, look for the icon that looks like this one to the right. It has a T and it has a few icons of people behind a white box. And on your computer, make sure you are downloading the app from the actual website at Microsoft.com and that it is not a fake site because that could put you and your computer in danger. Now, Teams at a first glance. I do want to mention that these screenshots are for the paid account version, so free accounts may look a bit different from the paid one because there are a few different features. So firstly, when you open Teams, whether it's from a browser or on the app, it will look something like this, but on the side menu bar, there may be a few less options if you do have the free account. You have a side menu bar with different page options and a search bar at the top in order to help you navigate around the service. So if you're ever looking for something, I would direct you to look to the left toolbar here that's outlined in orange, or you can always search in this top search bar that is also has an arrow pointing to it. Next, to start a video call, which is one of the main features of this platform. There are a few different ways that you can get onto a video call. You can start this call immediately and then invite people into it once you've already started it, or you can schedule a meeting to start at a later time. Lastly, you can join an existing Teams call using a code or link given to you through a separate method, such as email or text, which is similar to the way that Zoom works with the links. Next, how to start a call immediately. From the home page, you can click the Calendar tab, and you will see to the right that there is a screenshot for the paid account version, because this paid account does have the option to look into the calendar, but the free version does not have this same feature. So then, once you are in the calendar, you can just click on Meet Now, which is outlined with the arrows, but I do want to mention that for the free account, you will not be able to get into the calendar to start a meeting immediately. So you would have to go to the Meetings tab and then click Meet Now. You will be able to find the Meetings tab on the left side option bar, and then again, you will follow the direction of the screenshot that is on the bottom of the page, which is for the free account. Next, once you have started a meeting, you will have the option to join now. You can also name the meeting and select your video and audio settings before joining. The screenshots on the screen, the first one is the paid account version, which actually in this case is the same as the free account version. So whether you're on the paid or the free, you can have this exact same screen pop up, though the one lower down is only for the free account version. Because you are only able to invite people after you join the meeting. So that's one of the differences between the paid and free. Once you're already in the call, that's the only way to get other people into your call as well. Next, scheduling a call. In order to schedule a call, you will also visit the Calendar tab. Again, this is for the paid account version. From here, you will select the plus new meeting button, and you'll be able to find that by following the arrows on the screen. Though for the free account, you would go again to the meetings tab on the side menu bar and then click on schedule a meeting. You will then need to fill out the details of your meeting, and you would want to add a title, attendees, the start date and time, as well as a short description for the attendees and for yourself if maybe you're very busy and you want to make sure that the purpose of the call is outlined. Then, when you are done filling out the meeting details, you can click on Save or Schedule. Again, there are differences between the paid account version and the free account version. There's much more detail involved in the paid account version, and you will want to make sure that if you're on the free account version, that you will be looking for more information looking like the bottom screenshot. So don't worry if you don't see exactly what it looks like on the paid version if you have not subscribed. Next, the meeting you just scheduled will now appear in your calendar if you have the paid version. In order to go back and edit the meeting, you would simply click on the meeting in your calendar. For the free account version, you will see a screen like this. Rather than the one above that has the calendar, you will see this information. Also, another important thing is that you can copy the meeting invitation and share it in any other apps that you are available to do so, which is another great feature of Microsoft Teams. Now, how to accept an invitation to a call. When someone invites you, or you invite them, to a Teams meeting, an email will be sent out in order to notify attendees and the host. The email will give you the option to RSVP to the meeting, and it will also include a link which you can click to join the meeting. So there will be just the basic information in the email that is sent out, and then you'll be able to access everything you need from that email. The meeting will also appear in your calendar, and you can RSVP and join the meeting by clicking on the event in your calendar. For the free account version, the meeting will be found in an agenda with a list of your scheduled meetings rather than in the calendar. Now, scheduled meetings. Before, during, or after the meeting, you can do additional actions while clicking into the event from your calendar. Firstly, you can write in the chat. You can add files either from your OneDrive or from your device, and also add meeting notes. All of these extra features are very helpful in making the experience of using Microsoft Teams even better and enhancing your productivity. For the free account version, if you click on More Options, you can edit or delete the meeting. And if you click on Meeting Options, you can change how attendees join and participate in the meeting. And this is described in the screenshots on the screen. If you see the arrow pointing to these three dots, then you can click on Edit, Delete, and other meeting options, and then you can change the different options in the meeting. But then for the paid account version, you will be able to see this tab, which is called Meeting with Supervisors, and then you can click on Chat, Files, Details, and then Meeting Notes as well. Next, building a team. You can also create groups in the app known as Teams, which is part of the reason why it is called Microsoft Teams. To do so, you would go to the Teams tab on the left-hand menu bar, and from there you would simply click Create a Team. You can create meetings and share with this team to work on things collaboratively. And then the team will be saved and all of the attendees' information will be in one centralized place, and you will no longer have to type in their email addresses or their names each time you want to have a meeting. Next, I will be going over all the Microsoft Teams buttons and what they do. But I do want to let you know again that there are a few differences between computers and phones and the way that it will appear on your screen, though the functionality is almost identical. Firstly, how to stop or start your video. This will allow you to decide when you share your video with the group call. This is very similar to Zoom as you are on right now, and you will be able to do this by clicking on the video icon, and you will know that it is turned off when there is a cross passing through the icon. Secondly, the muting of the microphone. This lets you stop sending sound out into the call and allowing other people to hear you. And you can unmute or mute yourself by clicking on the microphone icon, and there will be an X through it when you are muted. Next, sharing your screen. This feature allows others in the call to see exactly what you see. You can do this by clicking on the Share Screen button on computer or find it in the three dots menu on mobile devices. So when you are on a mobile device, the screen is smaller, so all of the features will not be lined up on the bottom as you see on your computer. So simply click on the three dots that you see beside the arrow, and you'll be able to find the screen sharing on your phone as well. You are also able to raise your hand in the meeting. In order to do this virtually, you can just click on the little hand icon in the menu bar, and this will signal to the other participants that you want to jump in or you may have a question or a comment. This icon is again found on the bottom bar of the meeting, and it is simply just a hand icon. There's also chatting available in the meeting. In order to start a text chat within the meeting, you would click the little dialog box in the menu bar. You can find this beside the raise hand function, and it is also being pointed to by the arrow on the screen. Now you can also show participants, and this will allow you in the meeting to click on the participants icon so that you can see more information on who is in the meeting. From there, you can see other participants and do actions like muting them. You can also add more new participants by typing in their email or clicking the hyperlink button to copy the meeting link. If you are going to be copying the hyperlink, you would just simply copy and paste it into another email or a text message to get it to another person so that they can join into your meeting as well. Finally, some more options. There are plenty of more options to use in the call, and they are available to you by clicking on the three dots, which is also known as More, in the menu bar. Some highlights from this menu are that you can do a few different things. Firstly, you can view and take shared meeting notes. You can use background effects, which is virtual backgrounds. You can turn on live captions, which will then appear at the bottom of the screen. And this is a really good feature because they work very well and they can capture what the other person is saying. Maybe if you can't hear them properly or if you have a less ability to hear, you can always just turn those on and it will just type out exactly what they're saying. Then you can also hang up the meeting, and when somebody is done speaking or everybody has concluded the meeting, you would just click on the red phone button to hang up. Now we will be going over a brief live demo of the actual platform, just to give you a little bit of an overview of the different features available. So in order to get onto the Teams web portal, you would want to go to Microsoft.com, and you can click on this in the presentation that was sent out to you, or you can just search it up in your web browser. And then once you're here, this is basically how you're going to enter into Microsoft Teams. So there's a few different options. You can either click on sign up for free if you want to just get your free account going. You can click on sign in if you already have an account. And then you can also see the plans and the pricing if you're interested in having the paid version, which does have more features, such as the calendar. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to sign in. So you would click on the sign in button, and then it would ask you to put in your information. Because I have already been signed in, it directly takes me to my Microsoft Teams account on the website, but you would be able to simply put in your email address and your password to access your account. And also, I do want to mention that you can go into the application that you can download directly onto your computer, and you will be prompted to download the desktop application the first time that you sign in. From there, you would just follow the steps, there's only a few of them, to get it onto your computer, and then you will be able to use it as a desktop application. Okay, so once you're in the actual application or on the website, I will direct you to look at the left menu bar here because this is where you're going to access things such as activity, the chat, Teams, and even more, such as calling and everything like that. But just for this live demonstration, I'm going to just be going over the chat function. So if you click on the chat icon on the left menu bar, you will then be directed into your chat. From here, you can click on Write a New Chat in the top bar there, and then you can type in somebody's name or a group in order to write to them. There's also features such as GIF and emojis that you can send, which are very fun to use when you're messaging your friends. You can just click on them and then you can just send them by clicking on the airplane icon. As well, because this is the correct account that allows you to have the calendar, going into the calendar will allow you to see the different events that you have. If you have a recurring meeting or if you have a meeting coming up, you can just see all the different dates and times. And then this is also the place where you can create a new meeting. If you look to the top right-hand corner, you can meet now, and that will take you directly into a meeting that you can start. Or you can click on New Meeting if you're planning to have it in the future, and you would just type in all of the information about it, like the title, all of the guest names, the date and time, and then also you can put in a description. So that concludes the live demonstration and the presentation, and we will now be going into breakout rooms for further questions.